Welcome to Ornaments of Grace, stories for Advent and Christmas. From the Gospel of Luke. The dawn from on high shall break upon us, to shine on those who dwell in darkness and the shadow of death, and to guide our feet into the way of peace. On June 23, 2018, 12 boys and their soccer coach went to explore a cave underneath a mountain, a favorite place for the boys where they and their coach had ventured before. Since they planned to be there for only an hour, they brought torches, but nothing else. Little did they realize that they would be in the cave for 2 weeks, and some even longer. Parents of the team worried when the boys did not come home as expected. Because they were aware how the boys were drawn to the cave, they headed straight there to find them. The children's bikes and gear they found outside the cave indicated they needed to get the children out. Monsoon season starts in July, and the cave can flood up to 16 feet during the rainy season. Well, this was the end of June. It had already been raining for a few days, so the water began to fill up the cave quickly. As water levels rose, the boys scrambled deeper and deeper into the cave and got marooned on a small rocky shelf about 2.5 miles from the entrance. Surrounded by darkness and losing a sense of time, the boys were still determined to survive. They used rocks to dig a hole in the shelf where they could huddle together to keep warm and could drink water dripping from the cave walls. For a while, they had enough air, and their coach, who had been trained as a Buddhist monk, taught them meditation techniques to help calm them, to preserve their strength, and so to require less air. Outside the cave, Navy SEALs were trying to determine if the boys were alive and where in the cave they might be. The villagers all came to pray and support the efforts. Prayers poured in from all around the globe. 2 British divers braved the murky, narrow passageways for days, laying out guide ropes and searching for signs of life. They found the boys on the 9th day. One former Navy SEAL volunteered to place canisters of oxygen along the route to the boys, only to run out of air himself and die in the effort. Rescuers braved the frigid waters in the dark, feeling their way with guide ropes, and finally carrying the boys out in small groups over several days. Many expected this story to end in darkness and tragedy. Yet the local and international community came together in peace and sacrifice and prayer to bring them from darkness into light. The Thai soccer team is our 23rd Ornament of Grace. The dawn from on high shall break upon us, to shine on those who dwell in darkness and the shadow of death, and to guide our feet into the way of peace. Observing the beautiful ornaments, how can developing prayerful meditation techniques help you to survive everyday darkness and anxieties? Can you give some examples of how working together with diverse groups for peaceful, life-giving purposes brings light and life into dark situations?
If you have good news, we expect you to want to share it. Salvation in Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who for love of us and for our salvation came down from heaven. Salvation in His name, and He is the only Savior, is what we are on earth for. Therefore, all those who spread the good news of salvation in Jesus Christ, we should encourage them. I can speak, but how many people can I reach alone? But the media, the television people, the radio, the newspapers, and all those who use the computer and its derivatives in various ways to spread the gospel, we must thank them, we must encourage them, we must work with them so that they can continue to spread the good news. There's so much news that is not so wonderful in the world, but there is also news that is wonderful on the gospel of Jesus Christ. We encourage them and beg God to bless them, especially the Shalom World TV. God bless you.